Nobody has to teach today. Mallory. So this is as much as I'm going to do for 106 because we know how to do the 5D process. If you don't try to do the complicated, like put them together with variables and then get and the only reason I'm saying this is complicated, guys, there are people in this room who do not have this homework done and are not paying attention at all. I'm confused by those choices. This makes this a bit tricky. That means multiply a number by itself. So if I just write down, like draw a picture to represent what they showed me, the height compared to the base, well, the base is 3 times the height, they tell me. The area, what we're going to do is half of the base times the height, or you can do base times height and then divide by 2, whichever you want to do. So this is way too small, right? 14.5, definitely not 486. So I was going to keep doing the 5D process. I'd probably try something like, what about 10 and 30? Well, that would be 10 times 30 is 300, divided by 2 is 150. I'm still nowhere close. So what about like 20, careful, 3 times, it'd be 20 and 60. That'd be 1,200 divided, that's 600 for the area. I'm closer. So you know it's going to be bigger than 10, less than 20. So I would just write out 5D process, guess, check, work your way there. This is close. I'm going to tell you it's probably close to 20. It's probably like 16, 17, 18, somewhere around there. But I'm not sure. You got to test it out. So you got to have the work to go with it. I'm not doing the rest of it for you. And we should be using homework help as well. I'm doing random cards and offering up to that group, and if the whole group wants to come up, they can. If only 1 or 2 people wants to come up, that is up to you guys. And each group solved 2 problems, at least most of us. So, if half the group wants to take one of the problems and half the group takes the other, that's up to you guys. All of your answers for this homework were recorded in the morning's class, and I will also record it in your class's video. So if you are trying to get the answers, here they are. Guys, I'm not playing a game with you. I'm not trying to keep the answers hidden. What I need you to do is show me work to see that you know what you're doing. So some people right now, and this is okay. If you're ignoring what I'm doing because you're working on your homework, that's okay. But you only have like another minute to do that before we switch gears and do something as a class. 0. I do not. And anyways, that probably won't hold if you're trying to fix your shoe. It takes some really strong glue to hold a shoe together. Like seriously, they make this stuff called shoe goo. Yeah, that's like super, super glue. If you have gym shoes, I would maybe say change into your gym shoes and wear those. Well, I'm giving you a suggestion and you're just giving me more problems. So Caitlin, would you and or your group like to share one of the problems that you did? Yeah? What problems did you guys do? So if you did not do C yesterday, if your group did not do C yesterday, you will be writing this down right now. If you did C, I should be able to walk around and see it because you have it out because you have out yesterday's paper.
I do not have it out
Well. So come on up, highlight what needs highlight. Oh! Review. Yo, eyes up here. Review of the smartboard. Because I don't want to say this to every group. When you come up here, what I click with my mouse doesn't work for what you do right here. I don't know why. Call it like a ghost, whatever. So when you come up here to get highlighter, click on highlighter, and then you can change colors right up here. I would not use these colors for the highlighter because most of them are too dark. So we're going to highlight what we need to, right? Bada. Then you switch. You can't write with a highlighter. So you switch to a pen, choose your color. Here you can use whatever color you want. You can also write in white down here, right? Because you can see it and it kind of looks cool. But if you choose one of the thicker pens, like up here, they're really thick and it won't look as nice when you start to try to write numbers. So I always change to one of these. Okay, so there's my advice about how to use the smartboard. Come on up, Caitlin and Macy, because I know that you guys were a group yesterday. I'll switch it back to highlighter. Oh, an eraser. Yo, this is what other people get messed up on. My board is not using the board software, so you have to click on the eraser to get the eraser. You got to click on it. You can't just flat hand it. That doesn't work. Highlighter. There you go.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Anybody else need 626?
No, I got it. Never mind.
626, we got it.
Okay, guys, so up here, first we're going to do highlighting. So Delaware is 160.
Sir, excuse you for a second. Hey, so I don't need to tell this to every single person. At least I don't think you need an invite. The work from yesterday should be on your desk right now. Your work from what you did in class yesterday with your group out in the family room should be on your desk right now. Talking to you, darling.
So then you highlight Louisiana. Oopsie. Okay, so Louisiana.
Yeah, careful. The board's really sensitive. It'll pick up your paper, your sleeves, so that's why you got that little glitch.
Okay, I'll erase it after that. So, and then the total is this. So,
I could be your board worker.
yeah, I want you to do that.
Yeah, right. She's got a couple inches on you. Now, also, if it's the total, let's go ahead and just make that green.
Okay.
All right, so now here's the other thing. We always want to make sure that we're paying attention to how many things are getting put together. Oh, you have 5 minutes, by the way, when you come up here. So they're going to get a little bit of bonus. But I'll set my phone here as your timer, and then you can glance over and double check it. At the end of 5, I can either give you like an extension, or I can wrap up the problem for you, whatever you want. All right, so go ahead and start writing out your expressions. So you should tell Caitlin to select. So actually, the calligraphy pen will look fancier.
Oh, yeah, but you said it was hard to write numbers.
No, that's because it's too fat. So these are big also. But so if we click calligraphy, and if you just want to write in black, then I would choose one of these.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so F plus D plus L equals that.
If you didn't do this problem, you should be doing it right now.
And then F.
You seem like a mess, man.
Okay, so that's what you write. So basically, I first wrote out F plus D plus L equals 1,331. So then
So the stuff you guys are jumping past, I bet you have on your paper, but I might just show it on the dot camera. See, this is exactly what we're looking for. You guys are just jumping through the problem because you already solved it. And you're like, oh, I know what I'm doing.
yeah.
So guys, what Macy's jumping past is writing out F equals, D equals, and L equals.
Oh.
So from what the problem tells you, you can actually, this stuff at the top doesn't matter, right? So we can ignore those numbers at the top because they're distractors. So the numbers that matter are related to Florida, Delaware, Louisiana.
Can I just show them on my paper?
Sure.
Or do you want me to write it
Sure,
down?
we can just share your paper.
Okay. So on my paper, I wrote F equals F, D equals 106 plus F, as you can see in the problem, and then L equals 90 plus F, or F plus 90. So all of those together equal 1,331. So basically, again, F plus D plus L equals 1,331. So then right below it, you're not going to write like those first three equals, but then you're just going to write F plus 106, that, plus F plus 190, or sorry,
Just 90.
just 90. Okay, yeah.
All right, so hold up. Questions on where they got, like how they got to here.
It is 190. I messed up there.
Ah, so this needs a 1 in front of it?
Yeah. I forgot. I did make that mistake yesterday. Okay, so yeah, plus 190 plus F. And then you combine the three F's, so that would make 3F plus 296, which are those two numbers put together. Again, write down what it equals.
Oh, sorry, side note. One of these problems will be on your next mastery, just by the way. So it might benefit you to actually write these things down and pay attention while they go.
Will it be the really hard one?
It will not be E. It'll be A, B, C, or D.
So then you would do, so here, now we need to get rid of the 296. So you're just going to subtract 296 from there and from the other side. Can't forget to do it from the other side. And then down here, it would be 3F is equal to 1,662.
This is a great example of why doing math in pen is dangerous. Then you end up writing numbers on top of each other if you goof up. Continue.
Okay. So divided by 3 for each, because you just need to get F, just one F. So divide by 3, and that gets you F equals 354.
Yeah, hey, good question. Sorry, from the like gallery or the audience. This is 1062, 1062. If you can't see it from where you're sitting,
Yeah.
then we divide by 3. Other questions? Phoebe.
What's the other number for like on the second line?
Oh, this one?
This was 190.
Yeah.
See, this is why doing math in pen is dangerous.
Yeah.
So this was supposed to be a 190.
Yeah.
Which actually we can see now that we zoomed in on it. All right, any other questions of how she got to F equals 354? You want to...
You said 345 was it, not 354.
we might need to double check math, or I maybe said yes to you guys.
Oh,
and
no,
I
I
shouldn't.
said that, she said. Like, I must have said that. I probably did.
Well, I need to check my answer key,
Okay.
just to make sure.
Yeah,
What are we on,
I was
D?
about to say, I got something
No,
else.
C. 345. She got a little... Hey, for real. About 10% of people are numerically dyslexic, meaning you will switch numbers around without realizing it. This is supposed to be 345.
Okay, well then I got all the bottom answers wrong. But you get the point. You would basically do 345 plus 106. Don't look at that answer. And then the second, and then if you can.
So then she substituted. I don't really want to show a bunch of answers that are going to confuse people.
Yeah. So
So
I would do 345 plus 106.
Yeah. Substitute back in, right? So guys, if you turned in a test answer like this, what I'd probably write on it is check your math. Like, I'd probably give the problem a check. Because I can see she understands the process. That's what I care about. Little math mistakes, whatever. They happen. Be careful how you type in your calculator. Be careful if you do it in your head. Little math mistakes are fine. But we need to make sure that you understand the process. Thank you very much. You are awesome. The color coding and everything. All right, Eric, how about your group? You guys want to show one of your solutions? No? You're good? That's totally fine. CX? And you can do it live up here, like even if you lost your paper. I know a couple of us lost our papers. No pressure. It's if you. Do you want me to come back to you guys? You want to chat for a couple minutes, see what's up? Need a cave. That was a quick. And what about the rest of your group? Anybody? No. We're all balls of sunshine. Peyton, what about your group?
Same group.
So Walt. No thanks. Olive. Well, that was ironic. Mallory. Yeah. What'd you guys do? A and B. Do you want to do A or B? All right.
So Mallory's gonna highlight. I'm gonna do the word. Wait, hold on.
So again, a couple sentences of unnecessary information, right? So I'm going to scroll down. This is B. If you didn't do it yesterday, you're doing it right now because it very well might be on your test next week.
I forget how to use the highlighter.
Good thing you have partners up there.
Mallory's gonna highlight, and I'm gonna walk us through. So, first thing we highlighted was Mac Bridge in Michigan is 1158 meters long. And
It's actually pronounced Mackinac. The C is silent.
And then the Sigma Bridge is 97 meters.
I actually said that because you're close to what it is. Now, if that was me, I would switch highlighter colors.
Yeah.
Sometimes I only have one color of highlighter.
Whoa, I didn't. We're just, yeah.
What is going on? Did you still need a page? Just hit that.
No!
Hit that.
No! Stop this! Okay, no.
This is why we
This
can't
is why
have nice
I'm not a
things.
computer person. Okay.
So at this point, I would switch colors. So I would click on green or blue or yellow because it's a different thing that we care about.
And then,
Now wait, is that the only stuff highlighted in yellow?
longer than the Golden Gate.
Ooh, longer than Golden Gate Bridge in California.
And then, altogether, they're 3,815 meters. Yes. So, scroll down. You know what? Okay, so now what we're gonna do. So then what I did was I wrote M equals 1158. G equals D, of course. Oh no. And then T is 1377. So what you're gonna do next is write down your equation. So 1158. Don't ask why. I'm gonna write it like this. You got wait. Did you hold on? Shh. We don't talk about this. You know what? We're not gonna talk about this yet. Yeah. I wrote it down the wrong way. I'm sorry.
Now, I will say, it's totally fine that Zero is writing 97 plus G, but it's better if we get in the habit of writing G plus 97. You don't need to change it right now, but just, especially when we're doing those subtraction type problems, then it matters. When we got to take something away.
Don't ask why I'm writing it like this. It helped my brain.
Missing a plus between that G and the 97.
Kelly Shaw to the office, please. Kelly. Thank you.
Yeah. And so
they're writing a tiny bit like fancy, so it's a little hard to read. So there's 1158 from Mackinac Bridge, G from the Golden Gate Bridge, and G plus 97 from the Sigma Bridge. They've got all three bridges up there. Questions? Continue.
Mallory, what did I do?
Just tap the smart board that the other.
So that is 2G, and then I added up the 1158, the 97, and I got 1255.
anybody wants any help, if you're still a bit rocky, call me over. I can help you while they're doing it up here.
So then to get rid of the 1255, you minus 1255. Why did I wipe it? 1255 and on both sides. Okay. Everybody got that? Yeah. Only Candy don't have it.
I'll hit the extend page thing in the middle.
Okay. Got that.
So I guess I
then
figured
you
you guys had worked with these, but you probably
2D,
haven't.
and then the 315. 3815 minus minus 1255. This is why
Oh my
you're
God.
a teacher. Stop. You get 25 60. Is everybody there?
Yes. Wait, I have a question.
Yeah.
Was it n equals 1150 or 1158?
1158.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
Yeah.
You can use the pen if you want. Hey, just don't use the pencil. Grab the actual smartboard pen. Or here's another one.
So after that, you're gonna want to divide by 2 on both sides, and then once you do that, G equals 1270. So 1280. So then you're gonna go back up, all the way up here, and then
What's this called when you take a number that you just found out and plug it back in? Starts with an S. Substitution.
so T you would get 1377. What's up, Sophia?
What?
Oh, I'm quite offended, but okay. And yeah, that's pretty much it. You already beat you. Right here, Malcolm. Everybody got that? Whoa, I don't care if you didn't.
Awesome. Thank you guys very much. And it'll be if we have time to get to it, or you might just be able to walk me through it. I'll print you one in a second if I can get to it. All right, sweet. So that takes care of B. Gail, what about you guys?
Yes.
Yes? What ones did you guys do? So can you do A for us? Hey, don't get all bummed out. Give me just a second because I need to print something really fast, but then you guys can have at it. Ooh, except I just realized there's actually one of the extras. Alright, you're good, Ongo. Sorry it took me so long to realize I did have one in my binder. Hey, you gotta be quiet about it. I would draw on that. Coming. Alright, have at it.
The first act to highlight this says that guys.
If you didn't do A yesterday, you should be doing it right now because it might be on your test next week.
The former Sears Tower Chicago's 8-story colored Empire State Building. If all the buildings are stacked and publisher, the combined height would have 300 stories.
So I'm gonna keep repeating myself until people either get convinced or I don't know, in like 30 some days you're not my students anymore. I would change colors of highlighter to indicate to your brain we're talking about different stuff, But it's up to you. If you don't, that's fine. But eventually, you might believe me, different colors activate your brain. And literally, like, there's brain research that shows us.
We only have to.
Excuse me. Keep going. Sure. For 2 international finance centers.
And then E equals
All right, so they have that 2 international finance centers, 88 stories. The Sears Tower, now known as the Willis Tower, is 8 stories taller than the Empire State Building. They did that on purpose. And the Empire State Building is the Empire State Building. Any questions on the expressions they set up? Fantastic. Keep going, guys, but maybe like tell us what you're doing.
So all of them added up together are 300 stories.
Excuse the interruption. Could I please have Anna Sturts to the office? Anna, to the office. Thank you.
Now we have to substitute. Okay.
Yeah, I was about to say, except we do know the equal to.
So we have to substitute.
Yeah, we knew that T was 88. And don't forget about the Empire State Building. It's pretty important. Guys, the elevator to get to the top of that thing is like crazy fast.
Have you been on it?
Yeah, when we take you guys to New York, we go to the Empire State Building.
We have to combine like terms.
We didn't this year, we might next year. And we'll take like.
Yeah. No, 96.
Oh, hold up. Now we're deleting page. Hit back arrow. Back arrow, back arrow. Should take us back to where we were. There we go. So, hold up. Let's review this. Because I feel like some people are doing like their own work. We set up the whole equation. Now they're ready to group like terms. So I think you guys were trying to erase maybe, and that's what goofed you up. So, all right, 88 plus. Now you got to tap a pen. You got to pick a pen up there. Yeah. So now they are combining like terms. I think we put the 3 most quiet people together in a group is what just happened.
So we have to 88 plus 8. So 96.
Hey, if you're not one of the 3 people up front, you really shouldn't be talking.
Plus 2 Now I have to subtract 96 from both sides.
From both sides. Ignore that.
So that equals 2B equals 204. 2E equals 204. And now I have to divide 2 on both sides. Hey, wait a second.
Attention rules only athletes. First bus 89 will pick up girls track
Listen,
and boys
you're an
and
athlete.
girls lacrosse at 3:55 on the west side of the building.
That?
Second bus will be
You guys
bus
can keep writing
89
if you don't care
pick
about
up
these
boys
announcements.
track at door 13A at 4:10. And there will be a third bus today, bus number 14, that will pick up girls softball at door 13A at 4:10. Please listen again. Wolves athletes only. Bus 89 will pick up girls track and boys and girls.
Yeah, then what are you going to
lacrosse
do on
at
both
3:55
sides?
on the west
Boom.
side of the building.
What is E?
The second bus 89 will pick up.
And we're actually going to skip the substitution step because we're like, that's easier.
Bus 14 will pick up girls softball at door 13A, also at 4:10.
So I'm going to say you guys are done because we're going to try to fit in one more problem. All right, for the sake of time, thank you very much, guys. Wonderful solution. Our extremely quiet group. So, hold up. We're going to do D as well. And like I said, one of these problems is going to end up on the next test. So here are Ava and Daniel to do D.
Yeah, if they just want to why isn't it? You read the thing. Why do I
Hey, if you're talking, you're not helping.
I'm better at saying what I know.
You guys want me to read it?
Yes, please.
Most states in the United States are divided into counties. Some counties are very large, while some counties are very small. Different states have different numbers of counties. Pennsylvania has 5 less than twice as many as Oregon. Florida has 1 less than Pennsylvania. And together, the 3 states have 169 counties. How many counties do they each have? Anyone know how many counties Ohio has?
No.
I think it's like 88. But we can look it up later.
I said it was around. In my head, I said around 100.
So if you want to make the thickness smaller, click on the pen again. Then click on the thickness menu.
That one?
Yeah, and shrink it down. To one of those options. Yo, the fact that y'all are talking over top of them solving this problem makes it more likely that I pick this one. So zip it and listen. Now again, I will say what they're writing is correct. However, the nicer way to write it would be 2 times D. Why are you using D for Oregon?
Because
They're the Ducks. Oregon's mascot is the Ducks. So instead of using O, they're using D because it's safer. So actually, we are out of time, and especially for our athletes. I can let you guys finish this tomorrow if you would like.
please.
So we're out of time. Pack it up. I'll be straight up with you. It's a higher chance I choose D for your test. It's just a higher chance.
Can I kidnap them?
You can't keep the paper that I just gave you with the map on it, because that's part of my book. What? Oh, I've got answers all over it. You won't let me keep it. Jeez.
I was trying to do it. Wait.
So, X should be 130. Like the first thing that you solved that was unknown. How did you do this? Well, there's 130. Yeah. 130, 350. And I think you still need to solve the other one, but the other one will come out to be 230.
But it didn't say you needed to do this. It just said what was the Cleveland.
Yeah, how far is it from Cleveland to Chicago?
That's
So
that's only one.
Cleveland to Chicago is 350, I believe.
I got it
There
right.
you go. Yeah, good work. What's up for E? 104 does not look correct. No.
I double checked my math. Put it in the calculator.
So you have made this overly complicated by using multiple variables. What I would do, my suggestion.
No.
I don't know where you went awry, but here, Here's my suggestion. If Washington, D.C. to Pittsburgh, I would just label that like A. Cleveland to Chicago, I'm probably going to label that like C. I don't know where my pink pen went. But then I'm probably just going to leave this being B. And I would use A, B, and C as the variables that we use to solve the problem. So I would recheck our expressions that we wrote down for 220 miles more than and 30 miles less than twice the distance. And then double check that we also didn't forget about the third segment, right? Because this is talking about segment A. This is talking about segment C. But we also we can't forget about segment B. There is some sort of goof. I would need longer to find it.